It's our big story at 10. A nuisance in Neenah. Thousands of lake flies making their annual appearance along Lake Winnebago. NBC 26's Alex Hagan shows us how the annoying insects are bothering neighbors.
Well, the annual lake fly hatch is just a few weeks late this year. The pesky insects swarming all over the Fox Valley, and as always, a nuisance for everyone. As we begin to enjoy the signs of spring along Lake Winnebago, a humming sound fills the air. Lake flies are finally here.
You have to keep your hand over your mouth to keep the lake flies out.
For 83 years, Janice Bulow and her husband Roy have endured the swarm.
Wind must have took them, but they're coming in now. But
not a bother, as they're important for another tradition in northeast Wisconsin.
We've got to have them. We've got to keep our sturgeon going.
But not everyone shares their opinion. Lake Winnebago is a hot spot for these flies, but if you live right along the shoreline, well, they can be quite a nuisance. Especially for Jim Beeson, says they get inside homes and make a mess.
You try to mow the lawn and you're basically mowing through clouds of insects, and they're more of an annoyance.
Good for him, they don't bite. And he says Tuesday's swarm is quite tame.
If you live on Winnebago, you put up with it.
Still a sight to see, one of several spectacles along the shores of Lake Winnebago. Now, the insects are only expected to live a day or two, but the hatch persists for at least a week. On Lake Winnebago, Alex Hagan, NBC 26.
The lake fly hatch usually starts around Mother's Day, but a long winter pushed it back to this week.